this video, I will be talking about the most important level of support for the Bitcoin price action right now, and I will be exactly talking about what will happen if Bitcoin breaks this key level of support right here. I will be discussing the next trade I will be taking if Bitcoin breaks this level, but more importantly, I will be talking about this insane macro chart on Bitcoin, what is suggesting that the bottom is extremely close right now here. I will be going more in depth exactly about this chart, what is telling us a very interesting story right now, so make sure that you do not miss out on this very important video. I will be discussing also many other interesting things, so don't forget to slap up that like button. On the previous video we smashed it up above 500 likes, and can we once again do it on today's update video? Smash up that like button and let's jump straight away in towards the content. As we can see on the imminent short term, the levels between the 21.3k and the 21.4k is significantly providing resistance here on the Bitcoin 15-minute chart. You can see once we're trading above it, it's providing support. Once we're trading below it, it's providing resistance. So what we need to see in order to be, of course, a little bit more bullish on the imminent short term is break above that 21.4k level. So far we can also clearly see that the lower side of support is getting found somewhere around that 20.9k region, and so far we've been also bouncing 4 times in a row from of this very important level also. So yeah, definitely Bitcoin is just consolidating. It's very boring, but I do expect that we're going to see a large move getting formed anytime soon on this market, because if we're going to look at the 4-hourly time frame, yeah, nothing has really changed right here. And still, what I will be saying, as long as we're holding up towards this 20.7k region on the 4-hour support, I think everything is going to be looking quite alright. But as soon as we do break below that level, the 20.7k, I think the real big problems can get started for Bitcoin. And if you're looking at this chart right here, where you can also see the parallel channel getting formed, we can clearly see that Bitcoin has not only bounced once, not only twice, not only 3 times, but even more than 4 times in a row. We have been bouncing from this very important upward sloping support line, so that is definitely the reason why I will be looking towards this upward sloping support line right now on the 4-hourly time frame. And in case we do break below the 4-hour support line right here on the imminent short term for Bitcoin, we could be expecting that Bitcoin is not only going to fall down towards the low 20s, but even down towards the low 90s, high 18s in my opinion. Because if we're going to look back at historical previous important levels of confluence, we are expecting that as soon as Bitcoin breaks this upward sloping support line right here, that Bitcoin is at least going to be falling down towards $19,000, and maybe on the bigger time frames, on the daily time frame, we could be then in for a potential double bottom on the higher time frames, right? Maybe we still need to see that double bottom getting formed before Bitcoin potentially is going to be once again going up again. Or it could be also a possibility that Bitcoin is not even going to come down and still is going to be holding on towards this support and bounce from off this level right here. Because if we're also going to look at this different chart I've been discussing in the beginning of the video, we can also see that in the last bear market, Bitcoin also formed a higher low. And that was the point where it was going to, was reversing. It was forming a double bottom on the weekly time frame, and that was the point that we were starting to get reversed. And right now we can also see that on the previous zone we broke basically below the base price of Bitcoin, where we have been consolidating above for approximately 400 days. Then we saw a drop of an approximately 46% towards the downside after breaking the base price. Then we formed a double bottom, and then it took us approximately 186 days before breaking above that level and basically entering more bullish markets once again. And if we're going to look at the price action right now, we can see we've consolidated around this range for approximately 500 days. Then we broke below the base level for Bitcoin. We saw also a 44% correction, what is pretty interesting because it's very close towards that 46% last time around. And right now, I exactly copied those yellow bottoms. And as you can see right now here, it looks to be that we are potentially maybe could be forming a similar double bottom scenario on this price chart. And if we're going to be approaching similar ways of consolidation and price action, we could be expecting that the price chart for Bitcoin is going to look somewhat like this here, where it is going to be climbing back up significantly in the coming days ahead of ourselves again. And yeah, if this is going to be playing out, it's going to be quite amazing. But yeah, definitely pay attention. Bitcoin could be right now once again form similar price moves like it was doing back in 2019, and in case that does clearly happen, it's going to be suggesting that a lot of bullishness could be entering the market, and this could be potentially your last big buying opportunity. I do see this as a good buying opportunity. Yes, Bitcoin could be maybe falling a little bit lower after breaking this potential support line right here, but what you do have to understand is that Bitcoin is currently down over 68% from its all-time high, and always once Bitcoin is so significantly down from its all-time high, I think it's a good time to dollar cost average in towards the market. And yes, I am also still very much aware that also if we're looking at the daily time frame, the rising wedge and its technical price target is still trading, what is happening, is still trading around the 19,000 US dollars, what basically is this orange line right here. So yeah, I am very much aware that Bitcoin could be still fall a little bit lower, but still it doesn't switch up my strategy that I am currently not going to be accumulating Bitcoin at all. I do want to be pointing out that I don't really would recommend to accumulate altcoins, because if we're going to look also at this chart right here, what is indicating the altcoin season, we can currently see that the market is significantly in an altcoin season, and usually once we're in an altcoin season, it tends to be that, yeah, of course, altcoins have been outperforming Bitcoin, but it looks to But usually after that, once you are in such kind of an altcoin season, we tend to see, of course, Bitcoin outperform altcoins again here. So I would definitely be very careful with altcoins. I do expect also, once looking at the altcoin season index, that probably Bitcoin is going to take more dominance back over the course of the coming weeks in the market, and that is definitely going to hurt the altcoins a little bit here. So please, if you're going to start dollar cost averaging into anything, be very careful with doing it into altcoins. And if you want to be buying Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general, I would also highly recommend to check out Binance. If you go to the link in the description, you can see Binance, and if you're going to trade on Binance, guys, you will literally have the lowest fees of all cryptocurrency exchanges. You press on this link right here, you come to this site, and you can set up your account in only a few seconds. So don't forget to check out Binance in the link in the description right now. It's definitely very much worth it to set up your account right now and trade on Binance for the lowest fees. Furthermore, we can see on Bitcoin, also on the daily time frame, yeah, we are still looking at that potential bear flag scenario. We have to be holding on towards the lower side of support, and as long as we're holding on towards it, it's going to be quite alright for Bitcoin. Furthermore, we can still see on that weekly time frame, on the 3-day time frame, we are seeing the hash ribbons flipping bullish, and yeah, this is of course still getting myself on a bigger perspective bullish on Bitcoin. This is not a buy signal what is suggesting Bitcoin is going to pump tomorrow or today. It's a buy signal what usually tends to indicate, okay, Bitcoin is at a low, and usually in the coming, let's say 10 weeks or 5 weeks ahead of ourselves, the price action is probably going to trade higher. So that is also what I'm currently very confident about. I personally think Bitcoin is going to trade higher if we're going to be looking at the charts in 10 weeks from now on. So yeah, definitely a buy signal you should not be ignoring on the market right now. Then the last few things I want to be discussing is of course the weekly time frame. I will notify as soon as this one is getting broken, because that will be meaning that Bitcoin is going to be flipping bullish. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you do not want to be missing out on this insane signal in the market. But more importantly, the DXY is once again forming new highs, and this is pretty interesting to see. We were thinking potentially the DXY was going to get stopped out, but of course we're getting signals that the Federal Reserve is going to not pivot yet, and due to that, DXY is going to only become stronger and stronger. And like we do know, the DXY dollar index has got an inverse correlation with Bitcoin. So the higher it goes, the more problems Bitcoin could experience. And of course, like we also do know, what is a very interesting thing here, always historically speaking, once the dollar index has been trading at a high, Bitcoin has traded in a bear market low. So if you're going to be accumulated on Bitcoin on these highs, it usually tends to be, of course, a very good accumulation range, because like you can see on this chart right here, if you every single time bought Bitcoin once the dollar index was basically peaking at a high, you were buying Bitcoin at the low right here, or you were buying Bitcoin at the low right here. And once again, are you buying Bitcoin at the low? That's of course a question that we cannot answer right now, because maybe the market is going to fall further down here, but it is definitely worth the risk in my opinion to be accumulating Bitcoin right now around this price. So this was already it for today's update video. I truly hope you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy the video, smash up the like button, and of course consider subscribing as well if you do like the daily content that we are bringing out on the channel. If you want to learn how to copy trade, check out the videos that are currently popping up above, and if you want to learn how to trade in general, you can also check out the other video that's currently popping up above. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, goodbye.